Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Dylan Lillard from the Real MMA Podcast, and welcome to episode 1 of my new show, the Real MMA Podcast. I'll give everybody just a few seconds to join, and we'll go ahead and get started. What's up, Justin? How you doing tonight, man? What's up, Mike Lillard? What's up, Dad? How are you doing tonight, man? OJ, what's up? What's up, Michael? How are you doing tonight, man? Yep, OJ's in the house. Hey, Shelby, from the room. All right, guys, we'll give it a few more seconds and we'll go ahead and get started. Pretty good, Dad. About to start this thing off, man. First episode. I'm super excited. All right, guys. If you guys are ready, we'll go ahead and get started. And welcome to the first episode of the Real MMA Podcast. To those of you that are here for the very first podcast, thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. And I hope you know that you're fueling my dreams, and you give me hope that one day I'll be able to complete this dream, whether that is good or bad. I always cherish you for that. And with all that mushy stuff being out of the way, I want to give a shout out to my friends at All Sports Network, and I want to give them a big thank you for allowing me to join their network. And if you guys get a chance, you should go check them out. They got really good content, and they cover all the sports, and they're super, super cool guys. Well, that being said, we're just going to jump right into it. Tonight, I'm going to be looking at this Saturday's UFC Fight Night Chile, headlined by the legend himself, Demian Maia, and the up-and-comer Kamaru Usman. You can catch this event on FS1 Saturday, May the 19th at 6 p.m. Central Standard. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a total breakdown of the fighters and my predictions for the event. With the first fighter that night, it's going to be a face down between Vincent the Silent Assassin Laquay. He's based out of the United States with a record of 12-6-1. He's at a height of 71 inches, a weight of 170 pounds, and has a reach of 75 inches. Fun fact about Laquay, last fight he won by a Darce choke, which if you don't know a bunch about MMA, the Darce choke is a very, very hard submission to get, and if you ever get to see it, it's pretty awesome. He'll be facing Chad the Disciple LaPrice, who's based out of Canada, with a total record of 14-2, a height of 70 inches, a weight of 170 pounds, and a reach of 71 inches. So these guys are pretty similar. Laquay has the advantage with a 4-inch difference in reach. With that being said, I'm going to give Laquay the win. My prediction is Laquay is going to pull away with the win. I have him pulled away with a submission in the second round. And Vegas has him at negative 210 underdog, or as a odds in his favor. And if you guys are just joining, thank you guys for joining the show. We just started just a moment ago. Hey, Granny Cindy, thank you for joining. I'm just going over this Saturday's UFC Fight Night in Chile, headlined by Demian Maia and Kamaru Usman. So we'll go ahead and get into the second fight. The second fight of the night is going to be our first women's division fight, and it's going to be between Veronica Macedo and Andrea KGB Lee. This is going to be a good fight. Andrea KGB Lee is a beast, and she's relatively new to the UFC, so this will be her first outing as a UFC fighter. But we'll go ahead and break them down. Veronica Macedo is based out of Venezuela, so she's definitely getting some love over in the South American area, especially in Chile, where the people will definitely love her. Record is 5-1-1. She has a 64-inch reach with a weight of 125 pounds. The last fight that she had was in a different company, so this is her first UFC fight as well. And she'll be fighting Andrea KGB Lee, as I mentioned, who is based out of Canada, has a record of 8-2, a height of 70 inches, and a weight of 125 pounds. So just like the first fight, these gals, they don't have a ton of difference than the guys do, maybe like a 6-inch difference in height. With that being said, I'm going to give the fight prediction to Lee by TKO in third round. And if you've never seen an Andrea KGB Lee fight before, let me tell you, she is a beast. And she's going to go hard on Veronica Macedo. I expect that one to be either the fight of the night or the knockout of the night. So we'll go ahead and move on to the third fight, which is going to be a matchup of Diego the Pitbull Rivas, who's based out of Chile. So he's the hometown guy. He's going to be repping it out for the UFC during his fight with a record of 7-1, a height of 68 inches, a weight of 135, and a reach of 69 inches. He'll be facing off with Guido Ninja Canetti. He's based out of Argentina, so not too far from Chile. He has a total record of 7-3, a height of 66 inches, a weight of 135 pounds, and a reach of 68 inches. So similarly to the other two fights, these guys are not too far off. They're pretty evenly matched up. With that being said, I'm going to give the fight to Diego Rivas by KO in second round. And since he's the hometown guy, I'm sure the people are going to love it. What's up, Shaq? Thanks for joining the show, man. How you doing? So we'll go ahead and move on to the fourth fight, which is a matchup between Jared the Killer Gorilla Cannonier, and I probably mispronounced that. I apologize. The Killer Gorilla is based out of the United States with a record of 10-3. He's got a height of 71 inches, a weight of 205, a reach of 77 inches. So now we're getting into the big guys. And let me tell you, Killer Gorilla is a knockout artist. If he can get a hold of you, he's going to put you on the ground super quick. And when he gets you on the ground, he's going to get on top of you, and he's going to pound you in until you are done. And he's going to be facing off against Dominique the Devastator Reyes, who's also based out of the United States with a record of 8-0 and a height of 76 inches, weight of 205, and a reach of 77 inches. So Reyes is quite a bit taller than Killer Gorilla, but don't let Killer Gorilla fool you. He will get a hold of you, and he will knock you out. With that being said, my prediction is I'm going to give the fight to Reyes by KO in the second round. I say that because Reyes has a longer reach, so if he can keep his distance, he can keep Killer Gorilla off of him. And thanks, Jack. He can keep Killer Gorilla off of him and put him out. So that leaves us with the last two fights, which should be a co-main event in my opinion, but we'll give the UFC that. The fifth fight is going to be between two women as well, that being Alexa Grasso, who's based out of Mexico with a 10-1 record, a height of 65 inches, a weight of 115 pounds, a reach of 66 inches, and this girl is she's a beast. She can pretty much get you from anywhere. If you get down on the ground with her, she's going to submit you. If you're standing up with her, she's going to get you into the corner. She's going to beat you down. But she'll be facing off against Tatiana Suarez, who's the biggest favorite for this fight. Tatiana Suarez is based out of the United States. She's got a record of 6-0 with a height of 65 inches, a weight of 115, and a reach of 67 inches. With that being said, I'm going to give the fight to Tatiana Suarez. She's a knockout artist. This fight is going to be probably a lot of technique, a lot of skill. So with that being said, my prediction is Suarez by decision. I think they're going to go the full 3, and then it's going to go to judge's decision. And that brings us to the main event between Damian the Legend Maia and Kamaru the Nigerian Nightmare Usman. And let me tell you, I am super, super, super excited about this fight. Damian Maia is a freak of nature when it comes to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He will pretty much submit you from any single place that he can get you. He can get you from all over too. He's super dangerous. If you don't watch him, you'll get choked. If you give him your leg, he'll straight break your leg. If you give him his arm or give him your arm, he will put that arm right behind you and put you in a Kimura so quick. However, he's fighting Kamaru the Nigerian Nightmare Usman, who is on the road to the championship. He wants that belt. He's already called out the champion Tyron Woodley, and he wants some. He wants to fight him. And this guy is a freaking beast, dude. He will knock you out so quick. Kamaru Usman is based out of Nigeria. His record is 11-1 with a height of 72 inches and a weight of 170 pounds and a reach of 76 inches. So he has the advantage over Damian Maia by 4 inches in reach. But he is an inch shorter in height. I don't think that's going to play too much of a factor in this fight. I'd say that if Kamaru Usman can keep Damian Maia off the ground, then he will knock him out very quickly. However, if Damian Maia can get Kamaru Usman to the ground, it will be a long, long, long night for him. And he will want to stay out of all types of grappling with Damian Maia. As I said, he can choke him out from the standing position. And my prediction on this fight is that Kamaru Usman is going to beat Damian Maia by KO in the first round. He's going to try to send a message, especially to his biggest rival, Colby Covington, who, if you ask me, in my personal opinion, is the loudest mouth in the UFC. So he definitely should get knocked out. I think he actually wanted him for this event. However, Colby Covington got picked for the interim championship against Rafael dos Santos, which will also be a great event. So you want to check that out. These fights are pretty much going to be very, very good fights, and I hope you get a chance to check them out. And any opinions on the fights we covered, you can drop them down in the comments here, and I'll be glad to respond to them with my own opinions on that, and be glad to talk to you guys about it. With that being said, though, I'd like to move on to some of the big stories this week in MMA. The first story I'm going to cover is the fallout from UFC 224 with Amanda Nunes versus Raquel Pennington. This is after Pennington told her coach that she was done and did not want to continue with the fight after round 4 with a severely busted nose. And now they're pretty much coming to light to say that she potentially broke her leg in the first round and fought the entire fight. After mentioning that after the 4th round to her corner, though, they pleaded with her to continue, and thus she went out in the 5th round and continued to take severe damage until she was inevitably beaten by TKO. Seeing this event live, I actually went to Buffalo Wild Wings with my beautiful fiance Shelby, and we got to check it out. It was pretty cool. But seeing it live, my initial thoughts were that her corner did her a severe disservice by allowing her to continue with the fight. In my opinion, the moment she said that she was done, her mind was set that she had lost that fight. And based on the statistics of the fight, she had already lost each round prior to the 5th and had only a very slim chance of winning by KO or submission. And this is Raquel Pennington, who is arguably one of the toughest fighters in the UFC. She's arguably more tougher than some of the biggest men in the UFC. I mean, she is a one tough chick. However, Pennington went on Ariel Helwani's MMA Hour to discuss the fight and mentioned that she was not upset that her corner pushed her back into the fight, but instead that she will sometimes doubt herself and become weak-willed and needs the push from her coach to understand that it is just temporary pain. However, the outcome could, in fact, mark significant turnaround in her career, as we see sometimes in the MMA and combat sport world, that like one knockout like this will completely turn someone's career around. So I want to open this up to you all and get your opinion on what you think her corner should have done. Sometimes when I feel weak-minded, I like to have a good backup to keep me pushing. But in this particular situation, would it be better to have someone tell you to stop for your own good? So if you guys want to comment that down into the comments, I'd love to see your response and what you guys think. Moving on to the second story, and personally my most favorite story of the week. 48-year-old MMA legend Chuck Liddell is currently in the talks of coming out of retirement to fight 43-year-old MMA legend Tito Ortiz under former boxer Oscar De La Hoya's Golden Glove Fighting Company. This has obviously received mixed responses, I apologize, as both fighters have been out of the business for quite a bit of some time now, and obviously due to their age, it's quite concerning. However, the interest of these two fighting for the third time, capping off an extremely exciting trilogy, has many people's interest peaked, especially mine. Like I mentioned, personally, I'm super excited that this fight could potentially happen. However, I want to open this topic to you all in the comments to see what you think. Do you think it's for money, or do you think these fighters are simply bored and believe they have a little gas left in the tank? Liddell has also went on record, though, to say that he would like to fight a recent champion of the UFC light heavyweight class, John Jones, who is currently suspended from the UFC for a tainted sample, and they possibly think it's steroids, but they're trying to sort that whole thing out. The tricky part is Jones is nearly 18 years his age. We'll keep you guys posted and updated on as this advances in talks. However, Liddell is pretty confident they will be able to work something out with Ortiz. And John Jones can be found on Twitter recently, as of last week, calling Liddell out, saying that he can get it any day that he wants. And even went as far as saying that he would fly Liddell out to Albuquerque, where Jones lives, and fight today if he wanted to. If you like the commentary and have a Twitch account, please come and visit us. Come and visit my channel after the show ends, and I'll be live streaming myself playing UFC 3 on Xbox One. You can check that out on twitch.com/Therealmmapodcast. And also, if you like today's episode, please like and share my Facebook page so we can grow. Also, if you guys don't mind, if you could go check my friends out at All Sports Network and give them a like and share. They are some awesome guys. They cover all types of sports, especially football and basketball as well. And like I said, they're super cool guys. They're super informative about the sport, and I really appreciate that. We'll be returning tomorrow during the UFC Fight Night event to do a live fight companion where you can check me out here on Facebook Live, as I'll be reacting to the fights as they happen. And if you're interested in that, keep an eye out for my page. I'll be posting more details in the next few hours of when I possibly will be posting. And I'd love for you guys to join. That would be awesome. Any suggestions for the next episode of the podcast, please drop them down in the comments below or message me directly, and I would be glad to listen. If you'd like to be on the show as well, hit me up, and I'd love to have anyone on the show. Even if you don't have a lot of knowledge about MMA, I'd still like to encourage you guys to be on the show. And if you ever feel like you're shy or you want to grow out of that shyness, please come on the show. I'd love to have you on and spotlight you and give you the chance to discuss what's going on in your world and let everyone know. With that being said, though, I hope you all enjoyed this show, and I hope you all can join us again tomorrow for our first ever fight companion. It's sure to be a kick-ass time, and we might even crack a beer or two open for the occasion on live stream. But I'll end this show with my thought of the day. My thought of the day is, if you're out there struggling with anything, small or big, and you don't think you're strong enough to defeat it alone, just know that you have someone in your corner, and we will keep fighting for you. Until next time, guys, I hope you have a great night.